Hey guys, how's it going out there? This is a first for me. This is the first live video that I'm doing on the Actors Club Facebook page. I'm also streaming live to YouTube. So today what we're going to do is for 15 minutes, I'm just going to be on for 15 minutes, but I am going to talk about acting, answer any of your questions, and if you'd like to comment, please come on and comment. That would be awesome. I'm inviting some people right now to come on board. Hopefully they will. So we can talk some acting. We'll see what happens. Adding some of my actor friends right now. But I'm just here to hopefully learn something from you guys. And then maybe you guys can learn something from me about acting. So just so everybody knows, my name is Ken Arnold. I am one of the founders of Actors Club, along with Dan Franco and Robert Neil Marshall. And every other Tuesday night at the Columbia Arts Center in Columbia, Maryland, we hold what's called Actors Club. So actors come out, they perform a monologue, they perform a scene, they do some improv. Whatever they want to work on, that class is what we're going to focus on for that actor. And it's relatively inexpensive. First time out is free, so you can come out and you can join us for free the first time to see if you like it. And yes, you will participate. You're not just going to sit back and watch. You're going to get involved to see if, again, you like it and you like the process that we work on there. And it's not about so much teaching as it is participating and getting that experience, being up in front of people and working with other actors. And we have a gamut of people who are there. We have inexperienced actors and we have experienced actors. We don't just have actors who are at a higher level. No, that's not the case. We have people who are just starting out. We have people who are intermediates, and then we have advanced actors as well. But I think in that situation, you want to be around those types of people that you can help and people who can help you. And that's what it's all about, being around people in a positive atmosphere that are giving creative feedback and helping you out. That's what you want in your acting career. You don't want to be surrounded by people who are constantly being negative or putting you down. You just don't want that. Hey, Robert Neil Marshall, Jackson, Mississippi, Jr. the third. Thanks for joining me today. Sitting here talking about acting and the positive atmosphere that we like at Actors Club, where actors can come in. It's a safe space. They can work on what they want. They get positive feedback, creative feedback, constructive feedback, and they walk out of there feeling good about the craft and about the work that they put in. So if anybody has any questions, I see Robert's watching now. Again, this is my first feed, so there he is. Certainly working with team is super important. Absolutely. A positive team as well. You don't want to walk in there and have people tear you down every class. I've seen acting classes like that. I've seen where people have gone in and they've done some work and then the instructor just tore them apart and was totally negative and essentially told them that they weren't very good. And I don't think anybody needs that in any forum, whether it's acting or whether it's your workspace or at home. You don't need that. What you need to do as an actor is you've got to get rid of that negative influence in your life. However you have to do it. All right. One of the things we do at Actors Club is every time a new person comes in, we ask them, what is acting? So I'm going to ask that question to myself right now. What do I think acting is? So, Ken, what is acting? So acting to me is doing or being in an imaginary situation, actually doing or being in an imaginary situation. Because when you're in front of a camera or you're on stage, it's not a real situation. I mean, right now I'm in here. There are lights here. I'm sitting in a chair in front of you. The camera, I'm facing the camera. It's a set up situation. It's set up. But what we have to do is get to the point where we can ignore all of that and the audience just sees us actually doing or being in that situation, whether it's on stage or in front of a camera. So to me, that's what acting is. What it is to you, I don't know. Is there a wrong answer? I don't think so. I think acting is what you perceive it to be. You know what? When I'm watching a movie or I'm watching a television show or I'm at the theater, I don't sit and look at the actor and go, man, I wonder what kind of training they put in to do. I don't even, it doesn't even cross my mind what kind of training. All that I care about is that I believe that actor in that moment when they're up on stage or when I see them on TV or on the movie screen. That's it. I don't worry about anything else. So I see Moses joined. Hey, Moses, thanks for joining, man. Thanks for listening. I see Robert's still here. Hey, Robert. Yes, excellent points. You're welcome. Chime in. And when you get a chance, we'll set you up so you can actually do some of these live videos. That would be great. Yes, Robert Neil Marshall just chimed in and said, living an imaginary situation as real, being spontaneous and truthful. Absolutely. Tell the truth, right? We're not pretending to tell the truth. We're telling the truth. And that's what we want to do. We want to tell the truth. We want to be real. We want to react, listen. That's key. Key in acting is listening and reacting. And a lot of actors, when you watch them, they feel as if they have to do it for you. And when they feel as if they have to do it for you, you see them acting. In my opinion, and I've heard this from other actors as well, acting is the invisible art. If you see someone acting, it's not good. When you go see a painting, you can see the brushstrokes. You can see what they did. You can see the medium that they used to make a painting or a piece of art. You know that a statue, and someone chiseled that statue, you know what they used. You knew they used the chisel. You can see what they did. And it's still a great piece of art, but you can see the method that they did to make that art. Acting, if I see your method or I see you acting, in my opinion, that's not that great. So it's the invisible art. Acting also is the art of relaxation. So what does that mean? That means, in my eyes, that means when I get up in front of a class, when I am in front of the camera, when I am on stage, I am so relaxed that I am in that moment and I can do whatever it is I want to do. That's, to me, is acting. Being relaxed enough to do what I want to do. So, Robert says, honesty. Absolutely, Ken, less is more. But that's a challenge for many, to trust their instincts. Yes, trust your instincts is big as well. Again, that's the whole relaxation thing that I'm talking about. It goes back to your instincts as well. Trust your instincts. Be relaxed enough to trust them and not to force things that you really don't need to force. Sometimes we see actors who feel as if they have to, every line they have to act for us. Some lines you don't have to do anything. Just let it be. In real life, when we're having a conversation, we don't feel as if we need to emphasize every sentence we say, do we? I don't think so. I don't do that. And people who do that, are a little odd, if you ask me. It's not necessary. Robert De Niro said it best in one of his videos. It's just a conversation. 80% of what you do in a film is just a conversation, for the most part. For the most part. So there will be times when you have to have emotion and things that go with it. But for the most part, in a movie, it's a conversation. So have that conversation. Make it real. Just like you would in real life. You don't need to emphasize every other word. You don't need to put something on it that's not there. Right? If you think something on camera, the camera will see it. I see Dan Franco joined. Hey, Dan, thanks for joining. This is my first live video. I'm hoping that we can do a lot more of these. I'm going to be on here for 15 minutes talking acting. Charlie Bunch joined in. So if you guys have any comments, you want to make a comment on acting, or you want to throw something out there, please do so. Feel free. I see that I have a couple people watching, and we're just talking about acting. One of the things that can help you, and I'm going to go into audition situations right now. Something that can help you in an audition situation, it can help you in a classroom situation, is called taking it off the page. And if you don't know what that means, there's a great book out by Harold Guskin, and I talk about this book a lot when I teach classes or we're at Actors Club. And it's called How to Stop Acting by Harold Guskin. And in his book, he talks about taking it off the page. And I'll kind of explain that right now and make it pretty quick because I got about 5 minutes left. So here's a script. Agent Morris, that's the role. It's for a television series. And essentially what it is taking it off the page is when I see actors in an audition situation or I see actors in class, they get into the habit of looking down. And as you can see right now, as I'm looking down, you can't really see what's going on in my face. And if I was to read this, well, what do you mean so? Are you not looking at the evidence? So essentially I looked up at the end, but most of it was just my forehead. You really couldn't see my eyes. So taking it off the page consists of getting the line, looking down, getting the line, looking back up at the reader or the other actor, and saying the line. And what most actors or newer actors have a tendency to do, less experienced actors, they have a tendency to be in their script for 70% of the time and then with the reader or the other actor for 30% of the time. Well, you want to flip that. You want to get to the point where 70% of the time you're with the reader or the other actor and 30% is in the script looking and getting the next line. So, for example, this next line, it's 2 sentences, right? So what I want to do is I want to get the line. I want to look down, get the line, then look up and say the line to the reader or the other actor. So this would be the case. The FBI director or the attorney general or maybe the president. Which would you like to speak to? So those were the lines that were on the page. Notice you could see my eyes the whole time. I was talking to the reader, the other actor, right? And I wasn't down like this. You didn't see my forehead the whole time. I wasn't the FBI director or the attorney general or maybe the president. Which would you like to speak to? So you want to be up. They want to see your eyes. This is in an audition situation. Now, on set, you know, it may be shot. You know, the director may want you to do something different. The director may want you to be looking off this way as you're saying something. And then look back to the other actor. You know, but an audition situation, learning how to take it off the page. In a classroom situation, learning how to take it off the page is key. So it does really make a difference, Robert. Absolutely. It does make a difference, your eye line and being able to see. And also, one more tip about auditioning. When you audition, right, you want to kind of keep it in a cone. I call it the 45 cone right here, about 45 degrees this way and 45 degrees that way, here and here. What you don't want to do is you don't want to, when you're reading and the camera is there, you don't want to look over here. Because if you see, you can't see my face and you kind of lose my voice as well because the microphone's over here, right? But if I'm here and I'm talking, you can still see my eyes. So I can look here, and it still looks as if I've looked off to the right, I've looked off to the left. And as you can see, I'm looking at my profile right now. Can't see my eyes at all. Can't see my eyes at all. So it does. The eyes have it, right? So the eyes are the windows to the soul. So in an audition situation, an audition situation is not the same as being on set. It's not. It's its own separate animal and entity. You got to treat it as such. So as long as you're in here, you'll be fine in an audition situation. As long as you are taking it off the page and you're 70% with the reader or the other actor, you're off the page, you're going to do better. They can see your face the entire time. Just be aware of those things when you go into an audition situation. So I see I've got some people on here. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask me. That's my one tip for the day, taking it off the page, acting tip. I'm not going to stick around too much longer. I got work to do. I actually have some editing, video editing that I've got to get done. But it was good to be on here today. We're going to do a lot more of these. Thank you, Robert Neal Marshall, Jackson, Mississippi Jr. III. Glad you joined me. I'm going to do a lot more of these. Every Tuesday, I'm going to try and come on for at least 15 minutes and answer questions, give a tip, an acting tip of the day, stuff that's helped me in my career. You know, I have a unique perspective in a way because I've produced films, I've directed films, I've edited films, I've acted in films from all levels, from lead to co-star to feature extra. I've been in all kinds of different situations. I've seen a lot of things. I've gotten to work with a casting director and put thousands of people on tape for auditions. So I have a unique perspective. I've been behind the camera. I've been in front of the camera. I've been a casting director or worked for a casting director. So I can help with a lot of the things. I've been in rooms with producers of Emmy-winning shows and I witnessed how they selected the talent for that show. So it's kind of a perspective that hopefully will help you. And two, if you can help me, if you can give me some advice on acting, on the business of it, on different techniques that you use that may help me. All right. As an actor, you should always be learning, always be learning. And that's what the Actors Club is all about. So if you get an opportunity on every other Tuesday night, we meet at Columbia Center for the Arts, or Columbia Art Center, I'm sorry, in Columbia. You can go to the Facebook page. All the information is there where we are. And tonight, as a matter of fact, we have our next Actors Club. I am actually going to be there tonight. So if you can join us on Tuesday night, remember the first one is free for you if you haven't been there before. After that, it's $25 per class. You do not have to buy in bulk. That means you don't have to pay for 6 classes ahead of time. You can pay, but you do need to confirm that you're going to be there. And when you confirm, we need you to show up. If you don't show up and it happens repeatedly, then we kind of put you on pause for a little while and give the slot to someone else. So hopefully you guys can come out Tuesday nights, Actors Club. Join me, Dan Franco, Robert Neil Marshall. We're all there to help. And like I said, it's not so much about a teaching this is how you do it situation. It's about everybody coming together and sharing their experiences to make each other better actors. So thank you, Joe. Actors Club is a wonderful resource and acting training experience. You're welcome, Joe. Thank you. I'm glad that you're at Actors Club now and you're working with us, and we can't wait to work with you more. So guys, I'm going to cut out. Again, thank you for watching. If you came on, we're going to do this again. And like I said, love comments, love questions, and I'll see you guys next Tuesday. We'll do this again. So have a great week, and we'll see you at Actors Club.